Alrighty guys, today we have hopped into another video. We're actually doing a speed test between my brand new Apple Watch Series 6 versus my original Apple Watch, which is the Series 0. And I just want to see what is the difference between both watches, what is quicker, what is slower. I don't know how the Series 0 is going to compare to the Series 6. Let's see if it's a big difference. I'm not sure. It's the first time me doing a watch speed test. Normally I just do the phone. So let's check it out and see what happens. Alright, we're just going to run through some basic apps here, guys. Nothing too hard at the start, and then we're going to get to something a bit harder. So let's just get rid of all the apps in the app switcher. Now my Series 0, I'm just going to call it Series 0. I don't know if it is, I think it is Series 0, because I think the Series 1 came out when the Series 2 came out, and they called it a Series 1. It's really confusing the way they've done these now. So I'm just going to call it Series 0, the original one, with the Series 6. So as you guys can see, both app switches are closed there. If I go to all apps, we've got a few apps there. As you guys can see, 44mm on the Apple Watch Series 6 versus the 42mm, which was the original larger size. Both with sports bands. Obviously, this is the Nike one. This is the original. Yeah, so first of all, I'm going to turn this brightness up. Alright guys, as you guys can see, both the app switches are closed. Everything's cleared. We're going to go and try and launch the weather app. So 1, 2, 3. Seems to be both loaded. Everything's loaded. As you guys can see there, all the weather's loaded in. Everything seems fine to me there. Alright, cool. Let's get out of that. We're going to keep the apps loaded in the background as well to see how the RAM management works with these devices. Alright, let's go into something like settings now. Alright, so on both devices again. 1, 2, 3. Don't know why that was still stuck in there. I definitely cleared the app switch. You guys did see that. There wasn't much of a difference there. Alright, what's next? Let's try this the fitness app. 1, 2, 3. There, so it took a bit of a couple seconds to load in there. I had to buffer a bit there. But again, nothing too significant. Let's try maps. 1, 2, 3. So again, it's just a bit of a stutter. As you guys can see, it's loading now to get the maps. This is ready to go. Alright, let's get out of that. Don't know why it's backing me out to that. Let's just try something basic again. Stopwatch, 1, 2, 3. It's loading the stopwatch in now. This is ready to go. So again, maybe a couple seconds difference there. Again, nothing too significant. Let's try timer, I think. 1, 2, 3. Again, loading in. It's a bit of a stutter with this one. When you click on an app, it takes a bit of a second for it to kick in. This is just instant on the Series 6. This is a news app. Let's try the news app. 1, 2, 3. Preparing your news on the Series 6. That was pretty much exactly the same time, to be honest with you. There wasn't much of a difference. Again, scrolling on both seems fine. So it doesn't seem to be much of a difference right now. Let's try a bit more of these harder apps that I've downloaded. So I've downloaded a couple apps here. Let's try with something a bit more basic like XE, which is for currency conversion. So it might be a bit lighter. 1, 2, 3. Again, that's update. They're both updating. That's finished updating now. This is still trying to update. There we go. It's just done now. So if I go back off this, we're going to click onto the stock app again. Everything seems fine there. They're both loaded pretty similar. Alright, let's try Flight Radar 24, which is like a flight tracking app. This will be quite interesting to see what happens there. Alright, 1, 2, 3. For some reason this loaded all the way into this. Don't know why. That's very weird. Don't know why it's done that. But let's click on nearby flights. So this doesn't even get past nearby flights for some reason. Come on. This goes straight to the map. And this doesn't. Alright, so we'll just get out of that. There's just some apps that's obviously not working correctly. I've tried subcount before, but for some reason it just does that for me. So let's clear that out of the app switcher. So I don't want that in the background. It's unfair. We also have the Apple Store app. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. This is loading now, so this is already loaded. And now it's loaded there. So again, there's not much of a difference when loading apps like that. I think it's when you start getting into an app and then try to start playing around with an app that's a bit heavier I haven't done too many heavy apps on this because I've tried to download apps and it's just taken way too long. I don't know if it's iOS 14 or watchOS 7, and obviously the iOS 4.3. WatchOS 4.3.2 on this. It just doesn't want to load the apps for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's just being a pain. So let's try load the stock app. 1, 2, 3. They're both loaded. If I click on an app, again, there's not much of a difference. This is already ready to go. If I keep scrolling, retrieving chart. It's taking a bit of time. As you guys can see, scrolling as well. It's not as smooth. You've got to scroll on this one. How nice it scrolls so fast. This one, as you guys can see, it's lagging. I'm trying to scroll now. It's just lagging behind, but there's just not much of a significant difference. Now, let's go to the watch faces. So 1, 2, 3. Bit of a stutter there. Changing watch faces, I think this is where you notice most of the difference. As you guys can see how fluid it is on the Series 6. So straight across, whatever you want, normally. On this one, I think as you go fast, as you guys can see now, it's trying to stutter. Come on. And the problem I have with this, sometimes it doesn't load the complications correctly. Now here, as you guys can see, everything's loaded in. And everything seems to be pretty fine, to be honest with you. It's trying to show up the Series 6 here. If I go tap to open on this, is that going to lag at all? No. There you go. So the Series 0 actually doing a pretty good job against the Series 6. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought it was going to be a lot slower, but it's not at all. It's actually pretty fast in comparison to how many years it's been around for. And it's holding its own pretty well. So if we go back into settings here. Let's go back into settings. If we just click on something, I don't know. Let's go to general. Let's go to about. So again, there's a bit of a stutter, but it's nothing ridiculous. Like nothing that you can't use. Let's go to calendar. 1, 2, 3. Again, a bit of a stutter, but nothing that you can't use again. Alright, let's go to the home app. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is ready to go. I can change my lights right now. This is still loading. So this is where I think on a daily basis that once you start using the apps through the Apple Watch, that it just gets annoying that you have to wait for so long because you obviously want it on your wrist. It's ready to go straight away like this is right now. I think another example of that will be in the Apple TV app because I tried that before and it just wouldn't load properly. So let's try that one more time now. 1, 2, 3. For some reason, it's not saying we're connected to Wi-Fi, which it's wrong because we've been checking the weather. For some reason, getting that error, but this one's ready to go. Try the Breathe app. 1, 2, 3. Again, they're pretty much exactly the same. Just different splash screens there. And again, look at that, how similar they are. This is 2015 and this is 2020, 5-year difference, how far they've come. In terms of speed, like I said, guys, I thought there was going to be a bigger difference, but it seems that the Apple Watch Series 0 is actually holding its own here. It's actually not too much of a failure as I thought it would be. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up my speed test here with the two watches. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to smash the thumbs up button. I honestly thought there was going to be a bigger difference between these two devices, and from the looks of this speed test, there is a difference obviously, but not a huge difference to what I expected. Alright guys, make sure to stay locked to this channel because I will have a lot of tech videos coming out in September, October, and November for the new Apple Watch that's launching. Hopefully I'll pick up a few of the accessories that are coming out if AirPower does launch, and maybe the new headphones that are launching. I'll do unboxing, speed tests, and camera tests with all those products. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure to smash the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video.